Hi friends, my name is krishnaakumalla. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In our previous video, we discussed on insolvency. When drawee became insolvent, what are the entries we are supposed to post? And when we receive some portion of the bill dishonored from drawee, that can be 50 paisa, 30 paisa, 70 paisa, whatever be the amount we receive against the total bill amount, what entries we are supposed to post? All those things. In today's video, we are going to discuss on one illustration on the same topic on insolvency topic, so that with this illustration you will definitely get some clarity in terms of entries to be posted. Okay, so without wasting much time, let us get into the topic. Okay guys, let us get into the illustration. Okay, let me read the problem. Mr. David draws two bills of exchange on 1/1/2020 for 6,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees. Mr. David draw the bill, David. So David will be called as drawer. David will be called as drawer. The bills of exchange for 6,000 rupees is for 2 months, while the bills of exchange for 10,000 rupees is for 3 months. So 6,000 rupees bill he has drawn for 2 months, 10,000 rupees bill he has drawn for 3 months. These bills are accepted by Mr. Thomas. So who accepted? Thomas. Thomas then. Thomas is the drawee. Thomas is the drawee. On 4th March 2020, Mr. Thomas requests Mr. David to renew the first bill with the interest at 18% per annum for a period of 2 months. So what Thomas did on 4th March 2020, he requested David to renew the first bill. First bill is for what? 1,000 rupees. He was not in a position to pay 6,000 rupees. He requested him to renew the bill by adding 18% interest. As soon as they say he requests for renew the bill, first bill has to be dishonored. Don't forget this point. As soon as he says that I'm not in a position to pay, can you please renew this bill? The minute the word comes renew the bill, that means the old bill will get dishonored. The old bill will get dishonored. So you should not forget to write a dishonor entry. After that, you need to post a renewal entry. That is one. Mr. David agrees to proposal. So he agreed. David agreed to proposal. So they started, dishonoring the bill and running the new bill. On 20th March 2020, Mr. Thomas retires the acceptance for 10,000 rupees. The interest rebate, that is discount being 100 rupees. Retires the bill. He is ready to pay that amount, second bill amount. Mr. Thomas retires the acceptance of 10,000 rupees. The interest rebate, that is discount being 100 rupees. Second bill, he agreed to pay well in advance, the discount of 100 rupees. Second bill got honored, paid in advance. Before the due date of the renewed bill, the first bill got renewed, right? So that has to be paid, that is pending. So before the due date of the renewed bill, Sir Thomas becomes insolvent. Thomas became insolvent. And only 50 paisa in rupee be recovered from his estate. So only 50 paisa per rupee we were able to recover. Asking us journal entries, the books of Mr. David. Who is Mr. David? There are two parties here, David and Thomas. Who is David? David is the one through the bill, right? So David is the drawer. Who accepted the bills? Thomas accepted them. Thomas is the drawee. So I already gave the solution here. So let us work out this, solution now. So he is asking us to write entries only in the books of David. First thing, what David did, he wrote two bills. One is 6,000, other one is 10,000. Since David is the drawer, when he writes the bill, that bill will be called as a bills receivable by the David. So, bills receivable is an asset. Since it is an asset, bills receivable has to be debited. See here, 6,000 rupees bills receivable account debit, 10,000 rupees another bill debit. Combined entry he posted. So bills receivable account debit 6,000, bills receivable account debit 10,000, Thomas account 16,000. Simple. So he drew two bills. I'm talking about only David books. Thomas books, he did not ask. But you know how to post journal entry. Suppose if at all you need to post this entry in Thomas books, what entry you write? David account debit to bills receivable account 6,000. Sorry, to bills payable account 6,000, to bills payable account 10,000. Entry. So I'm not talking about Thomas right now. Okay. Now, then what happened? The bills of exchange for 6,000 rupees is for 2 months, and while the bill of exchange for 10,000 is for 3 months, that we have written. These bills are accepted by Mr. Thomas on 4th March 2020. Mr. Thomas requested Mr. David to renew the first bill. That is the point. Thomas requested to renew the first bill. First bill is drawn for how much? 6,000. First bill is drawn for number one bill. See here. Number one bill is drawn for 6,000 rupees. So he is asking us to renew this bill. The minute he says you renew the bill, what does it mean? He is not in a position to pay. If he is not in a position to pay the first bill, we have to write a dishonor entry. What is the dishonor entry we write? Thomas account debit. Why Thomas account is debit? Bill will be given to him and we debit Thomas because Thomas will become a debtor to that extent. Roy will become a debtor. So Thomas account debit 6,000 rupees to bills receivable. The bill will be cancelled. Previously the bill was debited. Now we are cancelling that bill because the bill got dishonored. Since the bill got dishonored, we are crediting bills receivable account. Thomas account debit to bills receivable account 6,000. This entry is called dishonor entry. Why are we writing dishonor entry? Dishonor entry we are writing because Thomas said he is not in a position to pay and he requested David to renew the bill. The minute he says renew the bill, the initial bill has to be dishonored. So dishonor entry is Thomas account debit to bills receivable account. I hope you are very clear on this point. Then new bill has to be written. So how much we need to write? He requested a bill, how many months? David to renew the first bill with the interest at 18% per annum for a period of 2 months. So 2 months he is asking us to write a bill. So what we are supposed to do? 6,000 rupees is the bill. 18% interest into 2 months. 2 by 12, sorry, not 100. By 12. So 180 rupees. How did I get 180 rupees? 6,000 into 18% per annum. 18 by 100 into 2 by 12. By 2 months. The new bill he is requesting him to write for 2 months. Here. Getting my point? So 6,000 rupees into 18 by 100 into 2 by 12 is 180 rupees. So with interest, he is going to accept. So bills receivable. How much bill we are writing? 6,000 rupees original amount plus 180 rupees interest. Total 6,180 rupees. So 6,180 rupees bills receivable debit. 180 rupees interest is income for David. All incomes and gains have to be credited. So interest account credit and to Thomas account. Originally Thomas is supposed to pay 6,000 rupees. So we credit Thomas account for 6,000. This is the entry we written for the renewal of the new bill. Renewal of the clear? Next. Then what happened? Mr. Thomas retires the acceptance of 10,000 rupees with a discount of 100 rupees. Second bill is there, no? This bill is there. This bill he retired, paid well in advance. by taking 100 rupees discount. So cash is coming. So bank account debit. David is receiving the cash. How much cash is receiving? 9,900. By 100 rupees discount he has given. So 9,900 cash received. Cash comes in. So we have to debit cash or bank. Discount is an expenditure for David. Expenses and losses are to be debited. So discount account debit 100 rupees and the bill will be given to Thomas. So two bills receivable account 10,000. So this is the honored entry. Second bill got honored. Clear? Right. Next, what happened? Before the due date of the renewed bill. Where is the renewed bill? First bill for 6,000 rupees we have written. That got dishonored. And he requested us to write a new bill. The new bill is written for 6,180. This bill is called renewed bill. This bill is called renewed bill. So what happened on the due date, before the due date of the renewed bill? Renewed bill is for what? 6,180. Before the due date of the renewed bill, Mr. Thomas becomes insolvent. Please remember yesterday's video, even previous video, I told very clearly, as soon as they say the drawee became insolvent, this bill has to be cancelled. That means dishonor entry has to be posted. This entry has to be cancelled. The reason why we need to cancel, he became insolvent. He is not in a position to pay that bill amount. Hence, that has been cancelled. What entry date for cancelling? Mr. Thomas account debit. Thomas has to be debited with to the extent of 6,180 because previously Thomas is supposed to pay 6,180. Hence, I am debiting Thomas 6,180 and bills receivable we have written for 6,180. We are creating 6,180. Because the bill got cancelled. Previously we debited, now we are cancelling, hence we need to credit. So Thomas account, Thomas has to pay 6,180, right? He said, I will pay 6,000 plus interest also 180. So I said, Thomas said that he is ready to pay 6,180, but he did not pay. He did not pay 6,180, you need to debit him with 6,180 rupees. And bill is written for 6,180, so bills receivable account has to be created with 6. Clear? So this is the dishonor entry. This is the dishonor entry. Now what happened? Thomas became insolvent and only 50 paisa per rupee we received. So 6,180 we are supposed to receive, out of which we got only 50 paisa per rupee. That means half of this amount we received. Half of this amount is how much? 3,090. How much we received? 3,090 we received. So what will happen? Bank account debit 3,090 because we received 50% of this amount. Bank account debit 3,090. Thomas account credit 3,090. Thomas account is debited with 6,180, out of which 3,090 he paid. How much is left here? Another 3,090 is supposed to pay. Please note this point. We debited Thomas with 6,180. What does it mean? Thomas is supposed to pay 6,180 rupees to us. Out of which how much he paid? He paid 3,090. How much he is yet to pay? He is yet to pay 3,090. Is he going to pay? Is he going to pay? No, he is not going to pay. Why? He became insolvent. Since he became insolvent, he will not be in a position to pay. So when he became an insolvent, this 3,090 is not going to pay. So we need to treat that 3,090 rupees as bad debt. We are not going to receive at all. Bad debt is loss for David. So what did David do? Bad debts account debit 3,090. Loss. All expenses and losses are supposed to be debited. So bad debt account debit 3,090 and Thomas account credit 3,000. So that is when Thomas account will get closed. He need not pay any amount to all of us. Right? So these are the entries we are supposed to post for this problem. I hope you are clear on this topic. Right? That's all for the day. Thank you so much.